All right, today we talk about merino wool. What's the deal with merino wool and why I think it's the best fabric out there right now. Hey everyone, I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews, of course a channel dedicated to reviewing quality at different price points. Today we have a video, like I just said, about merino wool. What is merino wool and what is the deal with it? I love merino wool. I have several things in merino wool. What I find interesting about this fabric is that it's been around for centuries, but in recent years, it's made a real resurgence in kind of an almost super fabric. So that made me wonder, like, what is the deal with merino wool? And I went into its history, what it's made of, and all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna go briefly over that, and then I'm gonna show you some great merino wool products that I really enjoy. And yes, if you're wondering, I made a whole outfit out of merino wool from head to toe, as you can see in this video right here. Whole outfit. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Merino wool is obviously wool. It's from sheep, but it is from a particular breed of sheep, not just any sheep. And these sheep have been bred since the 12th or 13th century in Spain. They were so prized in Spain that it was completely monopolized. You could not export merino wool out of Spain at the time, and there was even a death penalty involved as punishment for anyone who exported merino wool. But merino wool was really prized for its softness. And since the 12th and 13th century, of course, we've gotten more breeds. There were exports eventually of merino wool, and we've gotten several different breeds of the type of merino sheep that make the wool. We have American varieties, we have Australian varieties, different types of varieties of merino wool. But why is merino wool so great? What makes it so different? Well, first of all, merino wool is just a wool. It has a lot of the same qualities that wool has, but it's even better because of its smaller fibers. It has smaller fibers than regular wool, makes it more soft, and makes it easier to weave, makes it better for clothing, as well as making it more durable whenever you wash it. This wool has a lot of great qualities. First of all, it's just natural. It's a natural product like wool. It just grows on the sheep. And these sheep have to be shorn every year, at least every year, because their wool does not stop growing. It continuously grows, so they have to be shorn at least once a year. So this is a natural, renewable resource. And it's cruelty-free, because all you have to do is just cut their wool. That's it. Merino wool can be softer than cashmere and smoother than silk. And when we look at the fibers up close through a microscope, you can see that the fibers of merino wool are a lot smaller than regular wool, but almost on par with cashmere. As a size comparison, the human hair is about 50 to 100 microns in diameter, whereas merino wool is usually less than 22 microns. It's very, very small in diameter. So just take a second and feel your hair real quick. Feel your hair. You're a weirdo. But if you felt your hair, you can see how fine their hair is already, and merino wool is less than half that. It has a lot less itch than traditional wool does. Merino wool regulates body temperature. It makes you feel cooler when you're supposed to feel cooler. It makes you feel warmer when you're supposed to feel warmer. It wicks body moisture, and as such, it makes a great base layer because it wicks away any moisture that would make you cold. It's also antimicrobial. It fights off germs, which makes it less stinky overall. This is a great quality. It's also biodegradable. It offers some UPF sun protection, and it's even fire resistant if you need that. I probably don't, but that's cool anyway. Merino wool is categorized by its thickness. So it's categorized as broad, medium, fine, super fine, and even ultra fine, being the softest and smallest in diameter. And so be aware of that going in. Whenever you're looking for something that is merino wool, if it matters to you what the thickness is or what variety or quality of merino wool is, a company that is proud of what they offer will describe what they offer. So if they don't show any details about the quality of the wool, then they might not be proud of that fact. But any company that offers like a super fine or fine type of wool, they're going to be proud of that fact and they're going to advertise that. For general care for the fabrics of merino wool, you can machine wash these. These are machine washable, but you want to use a gentle cycle and you want to use cold water. And when you dry it, I'm sure that you've all seen what happens if you accidentally dry a wool sweater. It becomes like the little baby sweater. You can lie it flat to air dry, and that's generally what you want to do. Sometimes you'll find a lot of blends of merino wool. I think 100% merino wool fabrics are really good too, but a lot of times you'll find it mixed with other fabrics, maybe cotton, organic cotton, or maybe you'll find it mixed with a type of stretchy material to give it a little bit more bounce. But with all of that out of the way, Let's go ahead and talk about some of the products that I like that have merino wool and show you how they look. Now, for general reference, I'm 6'1", about 170 pounds, and I usually wear about a small or medium shirt, but I'll have all the sizes listed here. Now, the first few products that we're going to be talking about here are from Tailor Stitch. I love Tailor Stitch. I recommend them all the time. They have some of my favorite clothes. First up is their Merino Tee, their short sleeve tee. Now, as part of the merino base line of clothing that Tailor Stitch released a year ago, one of the first things that I tried was the Merino Tee. I reviewed this in my best t-shirts video a while back. If you want to go and watch that in the top right corner, this is one of my favorite t-shirts of all time. This is made with a 5-ounce, 95% superfine, 18.5 micron mercerized merino and 5% lycra. Tailor Stitch goes on to say that the mercerization process gives merino amazing softness, increases the strength of the fabric, and makes the merino machine washable. This is also pre-shrunk, which is great, and I got a size 38 in this shirt, as well as the rest of the shirts from Tailor Stitch. That's my typical size, which is a size small from them. It fits absolutely great. I love it. It has a little bit of stretch, which is great. It's perfect in the length. I love the collar on this. I mean, I really can't complain about this at all. It's absolutely perfect. Next is their Merino Henley, which is a lot like their Merino Tee, but just in a long sleeve Henley design. Now, the Merino Henley just came out pretty recently as part of their merino base line, and it is almost exactly like the Merino t-shirt, except just in a Henley form. Pretty much everything on this is exactly the same. Again, I'm wearing a size 38 on this. Overall, I really love this shirt a lot, and I think it fits absolutely perfect on me. Next is the Shoreline Henley. The Shoreline Henley is part of a collaboration with Tracksmith in Boston. It's a little bit different in fabric and construction than the other Henley is, the newer one. This one is a 7.5 ounce, 60% merino wool, 40% polypropylene fabric, and the wool is 18.5 microns. The Henley buttons are cat's eye buttons. It has a fully taped shoulder seam, and of course, this is pre-shrunk as well. The way they advertise this is more of like an athletic wear type of shirt, but what I really like about this is that it doesn't look like a typical kind of athletic wear type of shirt. You can wear this in casual situations, and it doesn't look like you just came from the gym. I love that. The color on this is like a white cream color, and that's not normally the color I would go for, but I think it looks great on me, and I actually really like this a lot. Next are their socks. Now, they've had socks for a while, but they recently made merino socks as part of their merino base layer of clothing. And the socks are fantastic. Sometimes socks are not. Sometimes socks don't fit right. Sometimes the fabric isn't right. I mean, there's just so many things that go wrong with socks. But Tailor Stitch really nailed it here. These are made from a 60% merino wool, 30% nylon, 10% elastane fabric. It has a padded toe, footbed, and heel, and a little bit of compression for arch support. The merino wool is 19.5 microns, and the length is an 8.5 inch cuff height. They offer these in two different sizes. I wear a size 11.5, so I got the large, extra large, and they fit great. They're comfortable, they're snug. Because merino wool is antimicrobial, it takes away a lot of the stink, and so that's really great for socks. I love that. And last from Tailor Stitch are the boxer brief underwear. Now, wool and underwear are not two things that I would think would go together, but merino wool in this case really goes well with boxers. These are made with a 5-ounce, 95% superfine mercerized merino and 5% lycra, and it's an 18.5 micron merino wool. It's a flat lock construction, so the seams lay flat, so there's nothing poking out, which is great. Athletic fit, elastic waistband, fly opening, and these are pre-shrunk. These are great boxers, and I'm not going to shock your system by showing me wearing them. They fit great. You just have to trust me, I guess. And as for sizing, I think you can probably just guess your regular size and go with that. For my waist, I usually go with a 31 or 32 in jeans. And so I went with a medium, and they fit great. Lots of great stuff from Tailor Stitch. They really do merino wool justice here, and I think they have absolutely phenomenal products. So highly recommend anything from Tailor Stitch, especially the merino line. Great. Next is the Wills Crewneck. Wills is a company that I found through Huckberry. Huckberry is a site that I always go to. They have an ever-changing variety of products in their inventory, and I absolutely love Huckberry. And this is the Wills Crewneck Merino Sweater. The Speckled Merino Crewneck by Wills is a great sweater. Now, this is 100% merino wool, though I'm not really sure what type of merino wool it is. They say this is a lightweight merino wool, but I would really call this a medium weight. It's not too light, and it's not really heavy either. I love the color of this. It's a black, and all the speckles in the wool really pop in this, adding just a really nice texture and really cool look to the sweater that I absolutely love. Now, I went with a size medium here. I think it fits really great on me, so I think the sizing here is really really spot on. So definitely check out the sizing chart on Huckberry's website. Overall, I love Wills. I love what they're doing with wool fabrics, and I love seeing them on Huckberry. Definitely check them out for sure. All right, next are 3 from Proof, which Proof is another brand that is exclusive to Huckberry, and they usually make kind of tech fabrics, almost kind of future fabric type of clothing, commuter style clothing, that type of thing. The first one is their 72-hour t-shirt. Now, of course, I love the 72-hour Merino Tee by Proof. I really like Proof in general. This is another one of my favorite t-shirts. It's made from an 87% 16.5 micron merino wool and 13% nylon fabric. Now, I got this t-shirt in size small, and I think it might be a little bit on the small side. I think it fits, but I would probably actually go with the size medium. Now, the color that I got in the t-shirt, I believe is navy, and they have a lot of different colors on Huckberry's website, so definitely check those out. It fits great, it's not itchy, it looks good, and it is just a great shirt all around. Next is the 72-hour long sleeve t-shirt. Now, the 72-hour merino long sleeve tee, almost exactly the same as a short sleeve, but just in longer sleeve. And with this one, I went with a size medium, and I think this one looks a little bit better on me, fits a little bit better. So I would say you could probably go with your normal t-shirt size and be just fine. And you could definitely see the sizing chart on their website, and the sizing chart will do well for you. And last from Proof is what I'm wearing right now. It's the 72-hour sweater hoodie. The 72-hour merino sweater hoodie is really interesting. This is a really cool hoodie that is very warm but lightweight at the same time. This is made from an 80% merino wool, 20% nylon, and there's a kind of waffle texture on the outside, and so because of that, it's lightweight but it's still very warm. One interesting thing is this was printed in one piece on a Shima Seiki knitting machine that produces less material waste and creates a seamless design that eliminates irritation. And that's one thing I didn't know before reviewing this product. It's surprising how not having seams on the side. You can really tell that even without knowing it. It has a kangaroo pouch in the front, it's got ribbed hem and cuffs, and of course it has the hood on top. And it is black as night. And that's what I really like with black. If I ask for a black color, I want it to be like ninja black. Now, I went with a size medium here, and I think the size medium looks great. It's very trim, it's not really baggy like hoodies are, and it keeps you warm. Overall, just a fantastic hoodie from Proof. Excellent job. Our next choice is by American Giant, and this one is their Compass Merino Moto. Now, the Compass Merino Moto by American Giant has become one of my favorite kind of go-to outerwear pieces in the last year or two. It's been just a great thing to have. What I love about American Giant is that everything is made in the USA, and everything is really high quality. Now, this is made with a 70% merino wool and 30% nylon fabric. It's 9.7 ounces per square yard. Now, I'm not sure what size I got. I may have it on the B-roll here. I'm not sure if it's small or medium, but on me, it fits perfectly. At the time that I first reviewed this, it was out of stock, but it just recently came back. I think it's really worth having, especially if you don't like hoodies. I think this is a great option. And I love the Moto look and the shape of the collar. Everything about this is great. A lot of times I'll dress this up a little bit with certain clothing, and I think it works great there too. I got this in black, and again, this is super black. Ninja black, I say. This is a great alternative to the hoodie. Just a great zip up altogether. Great from American Giant. Definitely check them out. Next are some shoes, and they do make merino wool shoes, believe it or not. And this is by a company called Allbirds. Now, these wool pipers from Allbirds are absolutely some of the most comfortable shoes I have ever tried. Now, they have these in a lot of different colors and a lot of different limited colors as well. And the color that I got, which is a dappled gray, works really well with almost anything you can wear. Allbirds has several different types of shoes, and some, of course, that have merino wool, some that are made from other different materials. But these merino wool shoes, I can really highly recommend. And even though they're made of merino wool, my feet never got hot. I felt that they were just comfortable the whole time. They're only $98, so they're not going to break the bank. They look great, and they're easily the most comfortable shoes I've ever tried. So for me, I can definitely recommend Allbirds. And who knew? Merino wool shoes? Yeah, they work. Definitely check out Allbirds. All right, next product is by a company called Darn Tough in Vermont, and this is the Darn Tough Socks. These are socks that are really popular, especially with hikers and people who really want a very durable sock. Darn Tough really kind of specializes with athletic or hiking type of socks. The ones I have are made more for hiking, and I think they're absolutely great. What I like about Darn Tough is that they have a lifetime warranty on their socks. I don't know if I'll ever have to need to use a lifetime warranty on socks, but that just shows you their commitment to quality and their commitment to just giving you the best that they can offer with socks. There's a lot of different options to choose from, different heights, different cushion, and I have them in a couple different varieties. And what I can tell you is that they're just great socks. I've worn these a lot. hiking and playing disc golf and a whole different range of activities. I've never once thought that they're going to tear up. I mean, they've just done a great job. And even though I've really used these and really had my feet sweat in these, they've never once stunk. I mean, they've smelled great the whole time. So as far as athletic socks go, darn tough, absolutely top tier. Definitely go and check them out. My next few suggestions are by a company called Unbound Merino. Unbound Merino, of course, they use merino wool in their products. The first one is just their polo shirt. Now, they sent me these products for a review, and I was really impressed by this. Now, this is made from a 53% superfine merino wool and 47% polyester. It has 165 grams per square meter weight. The buttons on this are made from recycled polyester, and it has a half placket for the buttons there, which I also really appreciate. And the size I got on this is a size medium, which fits me perfectly. I think it looks great. The length is great. The width is great. It's just perfect. The color I got on this is called Dusk, which is kind of a royal blue, dark blue navy with a little bit of purple in there. It's a really cool color. I like it a lot. This is a really interesting idea, having a polo in merino wool, but it really works. It just has all the benefits of merino wool, but with a great look. Next is the Merino Tencel sweatpants. Now, these Merino Tencel sweatpants were one that I was really excited for. They're made from 69% Tencel and 29% merino wool, 2% spandex. Unbound Merino says on their website that the Tencel adds breathability, durability, and an extra soft feel, and it really has that a lot. These are so much better than typical kind of cotton sweatpants. These are really excellent. There's a nice stretch to them. They have a great taper on them, and I think they look fantastic. I got these in size medium. It says these have a 29-inch inseam on all sizes, which is a little short, I think. I kind of wish they had longer inseams for some of the taller guys, but it works for me anyway, and it might work for you. Overall, these are excellent sweatpants. I like them a lot. And last but not least is the Merino Scarf. This is just an obvious thing that you can get as something that is merino wool that works really well. I think this works especially better than maybe a cashmere type of scarf. It is still very soft as a fabric goes. This is made from 100% merino wool with a 14 gauge jacquard knit. It feels great in the hand. It looks great. It's very long, which I really like for a scarf. And this one is in charcoal, which again is another color that I really like in a scarf because you can match it with almost anything. And because of the length of the scarf, you can do kind of the knot that I like to do most of the time, or you can kind of just wrap it around your neck. Both ways look really great with this. Overall, very impressed with Unbound Merino and everything they've done with their merino wool line. Definitely go check out Unbound Merino. So that's all I have. What do you think of all these products? I'd love to know your thoughts. I love merino wool. I really love all the products that I have that are made of merino wool. I love how they feel. I love how they look. They just do the job, and they do it so well. That's why I think merino wool is probably my favorite fabric of all time. It's an amazing fabric that I want to say is a future fabric, but really, it's an old fabric that has been made new again. It's superb. If you need to get merino wool, I have links down below to all these that you can check out. They are affiliate links. Anytime you buy something from them, it does help me out. Always appreciate it when you do that. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I love you for it. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews.